The news anchor who was murdered on air. The full story of Alison Parker's case ****. It was a bright and ordinary morning on August 26, 2015. Viewers in Virginia tuned in to their local news station, WDBJ-TV, expecting to hear updates on the weather, traffic, and community events. But what unfolded live on air would send shockwaves across the country and leave a permanent scar in the memory of everyone watching. Alison Parker, a 24-year-old reporter with a bright future, was conducting a live interview at the Bridgewater Plaza in Moneta, Virginia. With her was cameraman Adam Ward, who had worked with her on many segments. Vicki Gardner, the woman being interviewed, was shot in the back but miraculously survived. The screen went black, panic filled the newsroom. It wasn't technical difficulties. Something far worse had happened. They were interviewing Vicki Gardner, the local Chamber of Commerce director, about tourism in the area. How could someone harbor so much hate? How could such violence unfold on live television? They became vocal advocates for gun control and mental health reform, using their grief to fuel change. Her co-workers described her as energetic, kind, and full of life. They appeared on national platforms, demanding better policies to prevent tragedies like this from happening again. His fiancée, Melissa OTT, also worked at the station and had just gotten engaged to him. She was in the control room watching the live feed when the shots were fired. Her heartbreak became symbolic of the countless lives shattered by senseless violence. Fired 2 years earlier from WDBJ for disruptive behavior and poor performance, Vester had harbored deep resentment. He had filed numerous complaints about discrimination and mistreatment, many of which were found to be unsubstantiated. It's a reflection of the world we live in, a world where mental health struggles, workplace tensions, and access to weapons can form a deadly combination. But it's also a story of resilience, of families who refuse to stay silent, and of a nation that continues to grapple with the consequences of its choices. Former co-workers described him as volatile, angry, and difficult to work with. He believed he was constantly wronged, a mindset that gradually morphed into a deadly obsession. On that morning, he approached the crew during the live segment and opened fire. The sound of gunfire echoing through homes, we are reminded of the price of inaction and the haunting truth that some of the most horrific stories unfold in real life. Just seconds into the broadcast, a series of gunshots rang out. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition but died later that day. A former colleague of Alison and Adam, Vester Lee Flanagan too, who went by the on-air name Bryce Williams, had planned a brutal act of revenge. It's also a testament to how fragile safety can be, even in places we consider ordinary. Alison was struck multiple times and died at the scene. Adam was also fatally wounded. The horror didn't end there. Vester, after fleeing the scene, posted his own video of the shooting on social media. He had filmed the attack from his point of view, creating one of the most disturbing pieces of footage ever to circulate online. The video went viral before platforms could remove it, traumatizing millions and sparking intense debates about media responsibility and gun violence. A manhunt for Vester began immediately. Within hours, law enforcement tracked his car on the highway. Before they could apprehend him, Vester shot himself. In the aftermath, the country was left stunned. Investigations revealed that Vester had a long history of conflicts at work. Alison's parents, Andy and Barbara Parker, refused to let their daughter's story be just another statistic. Alison's legacy lived on. She was remembered not just as a victim, but as a passionate journalist with a contagious smile and deep commitment to storytelling. Adam Ward, too, was mourned deeply. Years later, the shooting remains a chilling reminder of how hate, when left unchecked, can erupt into tragedy. The story of Alison Parker is more than a crime. And so, every time we remember that morning, the moment the screen went black,